No, that's Feral Fig. I specifically said I wanted honeysuckle sour kombucha, bitch.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, let me tell you about the time I auditioned and booked the role for an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Hello and welcome. Today I thought I would do a story time on how I got the audition and booked a role in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And the crazy thing is that I had been manifesting to work with M. Night Shyamalan for 6 years prior to me working with him. And here's the receipts. Manifestation is real. Don't give up on your dreams. And to document it so that way when people ask me in conversation, I could be like,
I made a YouTube video. Go watch the video.
I thought I'd do story time for how I booked a role in an M. Night Shyamalan movie called Trap. Okay, so the gag is, I actually didn't get an audition for this movie when the auditions first released. At the time, I hadn't really done anything except for maybe some TV movies. And so of course, when a major iconic director like M. Night Shyamalan comes along, I'm not gonna be the first choice. And rightfully so, they're gonna get the more seasoned actors and, you know, to come do their thing. So I kind of heard whispers that the movie was coming, but I was like, I'm not expecting an audition because I'm a nobody, so why would I ever read for that project? And you can see online when production dates are happening. So the production date for that film started. I didn't receive an audition. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm never gonna be seen for this project, and that's okay. So going about my business. It's like the middle of the shoot, and this is where like timing versus preparedness intersects. I got an audition for this movie, no director named. It was like kind of secretive, on like 9 p.m. on like a Monday. And it just so happened, I think I was coming home from a work event. Like I'm usually in bed, like chilling by that time, but my makeup was done, my hair was done. And so I saw the audition right as I walked through the door, and it was due the next day at like 8 a.m. I wanna say, or 9 a.m. I don't know, the turnaround was crazy. So I was like, okay, I don't really wanna get up at 6 in the morning and then put makeup on to film this audition, so I'll just bang it out now and get it back to my team. So I opened the audition, and it was a very small audition. It was one line that wasn't my own, and the task of this character was to react to the one line and make it funny without saying anything. So I was like, ooh, okay, let me try and do this. So I read the character, and it kind of described this kind of like diva-like celebrity of sorts that was yelling at their assistant. And so immediately the inspiration I got, because I'm a child of taste. Do y'all remember America's Next Top Model? And she had the models do a shoot inspired by like iconic events, and there was some model, this was so messy of Tyra, who did a photo shoot inspired by, allegedly, Naomi Campbell, allegedly throwing her cell phone at her assistant. And in the self-tape, it didn't really describe the celebrity throwing something at their assistant, but I thought that'd be kind of funny to see in the self-tape. I thought that'd be a funny choice. So I had an empty water bottle lying around, and I was like, oh, if I can make it look like the celebrity threw their water bottle at me, I think that'd be kind of funny. So I did 3 takes of the audition, and here it is. So as you can see, nothing crazy. I did that self-tape literally in 2 minutes. I spliced it together on my phone and I sent it back to my team. So I got that audition, I think at like 9 p.m. at night. And because it took me like no time to make it, I think I got it back to my team by 9:45 p.m. And I wanted to get it back quickly. So I was like, okay, if the casting department is sending the breakdown at like 9 p.m. at night and the due date is tomorrow morning at like 8 a.m., they're probably gonna be stressing overnight to fill this role. So I was like, okay, I wanna do this as quick as possible. I wanna get it in as soon as possible. If I wasn't the first person to get the audition back to casting, I was definitely like in the top 3. And so around the next day at around 12 p.m., I got a call from my agent saying that I booked it. And she tells me that it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And then she was like, oh yeah, so, and you're gonna be on set tomorrow. And I was like, tomorrow? I had no time to like process what the hell was going on. I was like, okay. And I almost didn't believe her. I was kind of like, really? Are you sure? Like me? Like they know it's me, right? And she was like, yeah, that's why they're calling. The next day comes, still on the way to set. I'm like still not convinced that I'm gonna be in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I get there, I get to the hair and makeup trailer. I'm sitting in the makeup chair getting my makeup ready for the scene, and she was like, somebody actually had this role before you. I guess something didn't work out. I don't know if they couldn't play it anymore. I actually don't know the details. That's why they were trying to cast it and fill it so quickly, because at last minute, whoever had the role before me couldn't do it anymore. And I kind of, like, I still didn't believe I actually got picked to do this. So in response to her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan hasn't seen the tape. And she stops me and she's like, oh no, he's very specific. He picked you. Are you joking? I was like, are you joking? He's like, he watched all the tapes and he picked you because he thought you were really funny. Gagged! Oh my god. Even then I couldn't believe her, and then I get to set. I still haven't met Night yet, and some of the producers and the ADs come up to me and they're like, Hailey, we watched your tape, it was so funny. And I was like, oh, okay, so like, they've seen it. They've seen this tape. Maybe next time I'll do a story time for what it was like to work on set, but for now, that's the story of how I auditioned and booked a role in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. One of my dream directors to work with. I am so happy that I got to work with him. Night, I know you're not watching, but if you were, dude, I friggin' love you. Well, folks, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much. Until the next story time. And if you're not doing so already, subscribe, I guess. But I also invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because I don't know if you saw Maya Hawke's interview, but she is right. Having a following helps you book more movies. So please feel free to follow me, and I'll have more story times for you, for actors, all the stuff. I don't know. But yeah, that was a crazy manifestation thing that came true for me. I'm sending you all the manifestation vibes so that your dreams can come true. All right, bye.